The only good ones are dead ones.
And run a lot of them clean out of swim pool.
What, all the Aborigines?
Every one of them.
No, hunt them out.
What are they going to do?
Well, they might punch him in the head.
A lot of them clean out of swim pool.
What, all the Aborigines?
Every one of them.
And the university
And
students as well.
as well.
They're the ones that caused the trouble in this town.
Run them out and they'll be
Put them out
quiet.
of town.
Get them out before night.
Move real quick or go out in a stretcher.
There'll be a blue one for sure if it keeps going.
All the big rockers will be around.
Coming to the pool in a white man's pool, we felt like, we were somebody. We felt like we were somebody. You know, that we were sort of recognised as human beings, sort of thing.
The desegregation of this town was the catalyst for the desegregation of all of Australia. That's my brother Dan, yes. Dan Munro, Paul Raveneau, Wayne Nee.
The racism still
Well, I certainly can recall it as though it happened yesterday. And this bus comes onto the mission with full of white people and being led by a black man, and he says, "Do you want to go to the pool?" And we say, "Yeah," knowing full well that we couldn't go to the pool. We hadn't been able to go to the pool. Obviously, it was very dangerous. We were only 13-year-old kids, basically. We were basically ambushed here by the town's redneck element, which consisted of about 300 people. I remember Jim Spiegelman getting knocked out.
The only act of physical violence was directed at me. I was king hit. There were other acts of violence, but they weren't that serious. I mean, there were eggs thrown and tomatoes thrown. But the main thing was the sense of intimidation. There was a great deal of hostility. Well, the first the day was a good day. Namely, the mayor had promised to repeal the regulation that said that Indigenous Australians couldn't swim in this pool. And on that occasion, Charlie took a bunch of the kids from the settlement. We then left Moree, and when we stopped overnight, we heard that the mayor had said, well, I only said we'd repeal it because of to get them out of town, and I'm not. So we decided to come back. And it was on the second occasion that there was quite a nasty confrontation between us and a large bunch of locals.
The only good what is the dead man?
We want our tourist attraction. We don't want to hand it over to the black fellas.
And as far as I'm concerned, run a lot of them clean out of swim pool.
What, all the Aborigines?
Every one of them.
And the university
And the
students as well.
as well.
They're the ones that caused the trouble in this town.
Run them out and they'll be
Put them
quiet.
out of town.
Get them out before night.
The scream came out, get them out of town before night. That was pretty frightening. I remember us being dragged around and grabbed and, bitten and that type of stuff. Rotten eggs were raining on us, so were bottles.
But when we left, there was yet another promise to repeal the ordinance, and eventually that happened. Well, I've done a number of different things in my personal life, but it may, in terms of working for the Commonwealth Government, working for the judiciary, etc., but it may be that my involvement in the Freedom Ride was the most important thing I had done.
I hated any white person that come, and I was getting around all bitter. So I said, no, this is not me, it's not the right way of doing things. So I just sort of, I don't know how to put it, I'm not an intellectual or anything, but I suddenly realised, geez, I'm not like them, I'm Alvin Duke, I'm Speedo Duke. I'm just going to be myself and I'm going to face whatever comes out here.
Does having a racial preference when dating make us racist? Most people prefer to date someone that's the same race as them. That's not an opinion, it's a fact, based on the behaviour of 25 million...